Back about to Jabba'S Bricks and another episode of building Jabba'S Palace. This week we're going to be starting off by removing these plates around the edge of the palace here. Once we've done so, we're going to put the correct colours down because as you can see they're all a mismatch at the moment. We're going to build the wall up at the back here, bring the plates back out and then make a start on the roof section. We had a load of plates come in at the end of last week, so fingers crossed there'll be enough there to enable us to get this entire roof section all completed. So let's get the parts out, let's get those plates removed and let's get started. And here we have the next section all completed and really pleased with how it's come out. You can see the filler brick through there, you can see the bright orange, however when you put your hand on the top and block the light out you can't see it. So that's okay, we'll take that, no problem at all. The next thing we're doing is adding this little section here on. So it's two of the 2x6 plates, 2x6 plate and a 1x6 plate just connected together at the back, and they're going to sit on hinges and rest just there. So I need to make up all of those to go round and then we can carry on with the next part up. So let's get to it. And there we have the next section of roof all sorted out, so it's gone on quite smoothly. It's only kept on by one hinge just there on each one, and I've used the same angle all the way around, whereas sort of like on some of these I've used the left and the right on the wedge plate. On the top we've used all the same, and when you pan out it is looking pretty good. So just need to do the next bit of support work in the middle there, then we can build the next bit and then the final couple of parts of the roof section. Yeah, happy with the look of it so far. And there we have the centre of the roof section all filled in using some filler brick. I'm going to put one row of plates around there and hopefully they'll just about come up to these sections here, and then that will stop them moving too much. And I have discovered that I can move these sections here just by moving these around just a little bit. So they move quite nicely and it just adjusts the angle just a fraction on there, so that's all good. So if you can see I can just move them like so. So once we've finished getting everything in place we will just manipulate it just a smidge and then hopefully that'll all look even all the way around. Anyway, let's get these plates out and get that bit plated off. Here we have the top of the tower, and I'm not 100% sold on it just yet. There's a few too many gaps in there for my liking. We are getting very low on the plates. I thought this worked better than it did. I thought we could go one more up connecting it. However, because I've changed when I worked this out, I think one of these plates here was on the end of there, which would have been higher up. However, because I've added this middle row in here, I've now gone back to 3 wide, so it's just not working how I was expecting it to. So I'm going to have one more experiment with this section here, try one different technique, see how that goes, and we'll check back in afterwards. But at least we know that we can get it to that stage, which isn't too bad. I put a round plate on here and then a small dome on top of that. But yeah, we're almost finished on this main tower. And here is the revised top. So I've added these 3x2 plates onto the end of these ones here, and it's making it join up quite nicely right around the very top there. So really pleased with how that's all come along. What I do now is put some more around the bits around the top here just to finish it off, but there it is, almost finished. And next up we're going to be doing the landscaping around the main building here, and we're going to be using the 1x1 square plates for this. We've got several, probably a couple of thousand left, so we're going to carry on putting as much detail and texture into this area as possible. And then once we've done that, we're going to see what tiles we can find out to go around the edge here, and also put some more of the cheese wedges around the top of that as well. So let's get the parts out and let's get to it. And here we have the 3 towers all next to each other, and I'm not liking the look of it. This section here for me is too steep, and it needs to sort of like come down a little bit, which is going to have a knock-on effect, because obviously it means this section here is going to be a little bit smaller, which means I'm going to have to redo that entire part as well, and that's taken me ages to do. When it was on the table, it looked okay, but over here it just doesn't look right. And if I show you a picture on screen now, as you can see, it's nowhere near at that angle. So let's take it back to the table and see what we can do. Much happier with this section here now. It's half the sort of like degrees, I reckon, going up there. However, this section here, as you can see, there's a massive gap there, and it's just not working. I've tried doing bits on here, that's not working, so I'm going to have to completely revamp that part. So let's pull that off and have a look and see what we can do. And here is the main tower, attempt number 2, and still not happy with it. And I think I've worked out what the problem was. Originally, I thought it was that this angle was too steep. I thought it went up too much. I believe I've brought it down, however, still not looking right. And then when I looked at the pictures, I think that this bit here is way too long and that bit's way too short. I think this one here only needs to come to about there. So we're going to take it back to the table, break that entire top bit down once again, and try it, and hopefully it's 3rd time lucky and we'll actually get it right this time. So let's take it back to the table and see if we can improve it. Version 3 of the roof is underway now, and as you can see we've shrunk this to just 6 studs wide, whereas it was 12 originally. So this centre circle here is a lot larger now, so we're just putting the plates all the way around the edge there, and then we'll do 12 studs going up to the centre there. So let's carry on doing that and see what it looks like. So we're going to be attaching this piece here on next. So as you can see, it's 2 of the 6x2 wedge plates, 6x1 plate, and they're just kept together by the hinge piece and also one other around the piece, and then that will just clip on to here. So there we have it all in place. So we're going to put one on each of the sections all the way around, and fingers crossed they'll join up nicely, and then we'll just have the last bit to do in the centre there. And the challenges continue. This roof is so difficult. I was originally having this so it was 12 studs in length. However, they just don't fit. It's just they're too tight together, and which I'm quite surprised at, because when I tested this I thought it worked when I mocked it up. However, I've obviously changed something, whether it's the diameter of the circle, I'm not sure, but it's meaning I'm now going to have to do another circle in here and try and get it as close to this as possible. But yeah, it's certainly proven to be quite the test. I just need to make sure also that this looks right as well, because I've just, after finishing it, I looked at it and I thought, does this bit overhang a little bit? So if it does, then I'm going to have to move all of those out by a little bit, and then that's going to possibly enable me to extend the length of those by the to the 12 studs. But we'll have a little bit of a play and see what we can. And finally, the roof section is done. Much happier with that. It's a much better angle now. It would have been nice to put tiles all the way around there, but unfortunately I was unable to do so. But overall, those 3 towers I think have come out really well. Pleased with the end result. So now we've got those done, we can concentrate on doing the smaller towers. So let's get the parts out and let's get started on them. Here we have two more of the towers that will be going onto the mock, and these are the two that will be going either side of the hangar entrance. And quite a simple technique that we've used, just using some snot bricks inside. And then we've got the curved plates here, or curved tiles, which are going on all four sides. And then we use the same dome piece here that was in the Utapau battle packs. That's the same as one that's on the main tower. Now, unfortunately, I have only got 3 of these, and I need to make another small tower to go near the front of Jabba'S Palace. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, here's 2 to go by either side of the hangar, so we can go and put those on the mock and see what it looks like. And there are the 2 towers outside the hangar, and they do blend in a little bit with the rock work. However, if you look at this image on screen, you will see that is quite accurate, and it is quite hard to see them standing out. The domes on the top there, I think they look really good, and I've used the same one on the top of the main tower. Whether or not that stays or not, I'm not sure yet. I am contemplating making it just 1 stud, maybe 2 wider. But if I do that, it'll have to be brick built. And so far, I've been unable to make something that looks round enough and looks good enough. The other half of the dome that's on there, I think I may be using on a tower down here. Now, size-wise, I'm not sure how big it should be. It's very deceptive in the pictures, but I think I will do one so that it is using that size dome up the top. But this view here, I think, is really good. I'm absolutely loving how that is coming out. But yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit more done this week. However, that roof took ages, but happy with the end result. Next week, we're planning or hoping to be having the finale. We've still got lots to do, like getting this tower built here. The rock work down here, I've actually moved. That was previously that way. We rotated it around 90 degrees, but I'm considering destroying this section of rock work here and doing a different layout down there, as I want to make sure that this village, the Tuscan village, looks really good. And at the moment, it just feels like it's been dumped there. So I just want to have a look and see if there's anything more I can do with that side. Obviously, it was up there previously, but as I mentioned, I think that the size of these tents was too close to the size of that roof there. So that's one of the reasons that I want to change it. So we're going to have a busy week this week, getting this mock all completed and the minifigure placement all sorted out. And a big thank you to HW Lego for the donations on the last 2 premieres. Really do appreciate it. It really helped with these builds. So thank you very much to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the update. If you have, please give us a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please consider hitting that subscribe button and sharing it with your family and friends. The more people we got on board, the easier it is for other people to find the channel and enjoy the builds. Anyway, thanks for watching by. See you next time.